Ladies and gentlemen, society, this is my question, ABC News. I want to ask you a question. Every you doing interview society, all interview make society politician. You keep it in interview you doing society and politician. You have where you keep it this interview. Now when they finish to do interview, you destroy interview you did with them. You destroy all the documents and you destroy a video. You doing society interview and politician. This is my first question. I want to ask you to answering my question. Another question I want to ask you question. You remember Tony Abbott government, this time they were talking, society we were talking about freedom and independence. And they were talking about raping women. And they were talking sex slave women. And he was talking raping, killing women. And he was talking about distress. This time, you doing interview government Tony Abbott. And you doing an interview society. This interview you keep this interview, you have video, all the documents you writing, you have. This is my question I ask you. Another question. You remember Tony Abbott when he was he joined the campaign, he wanted to make family together. And after he changed, he said he's going to make family place he born. I remember you ABC, you ask him a question, why you want to make a family together there, not for all Australia. Tony Abbott is never answering you this question. Still, you have this interview you doing about her. Is another question I want to ask you. Tony Abbott, when he was going to make family together, already you doing interview ministers, prime minister, and the society. This is the all interview. You destroy this interview. You don't have. Another question. Every you doing interview, all of they are the same. All prime ministers. When they were going to change, they were not getting any information. Why Tony Abbott was the one to change the rules to make family together, and already you get looking information to know if there change there be mistake. If you are no change, there not be mistake. And not only the government, Tony Abbott they were looking this interview. All you destroy this interview. You don't have this interview. You are not keep it this interview. Another question. Now Prime Minister Michael Tembo. Already you doing interview society about this issue. freedom, raping, sex harassment, family violence, fire. Already you did this interview. You make this interview. You make a Jiro Bishop interview, and you make a Michael Tembo interview. Now this interview, you destroy this interview, you don't have it to your file, this interview. And already you have to know, to remember, when this interview you've been doing in society and the government, they were talking to looking inquiry to see when they can change rules. Another question I want to ask you. You remember Tony Abbott, Michael Tembo, they vote in the parliament to change the rules, and they win. They get 55%, they want to change the rules, and 45% they don't want to change the rules. And all of this you have video. This oral information, you destroy this is the information you don't have to your file, this information. Or now this new government now them they start to face this problem to change rules. Now what you looking in, why you make interview society, which information you want from society. Already you have information to Tony Abbott. Already you have information to Michael Tembo. Already you have information members of parliament to vote. Now which information you want to get to this government? And now in this society you do them interview. To me, I'm looking, when I look this, like you news, you doing interview society and the leaders. To me, you have to have this all information. You have to know this Prime Minister, Michael Tembo, how they vote, they want to change rules, meaning you have all information, all inquiry. To me, to this government, you are not allowed to make interview society. Which interview you looking, already you finished looking another interview, to make interview, already they want to change government. Now which information you want society to give you, already you have more information to another government. To me, honesty, they are very important. First, you did interview Tony Abbott, you did interview Michael Tembo, you did the Jiro Bishop interview, and the society. Honesty to you, they are very important. This time you are no need another interview. Already you did the interview, they give them all the information. Now to this government, you have to give them information. Government is a pass. You know how to send you to looking another inquiry. This Tony Abbott, Michael Tembo, the information is enough. You to follow this, to show this government. To me, when you have to know when you lost, to be honest, they not solve problem. You are not solve problem yourself, and you are not solve government problem, and you are not solve society problem. Honesty, they bring not to be coward. When you are not honesty, you start to be a coward. To me, I'm looking when you are not follow Tony Abbott information you get, Michael Temb, meaning you are a coward, you don't want to show this government inquiry you did. To show society inquiry you did. Like you news, you have to have this file all. This is another question I want to ask Prime Minister Scott Morrison. I hear they want to change to protect society distress. You're talking, and you say you want first to, they have to take slow, fast looking, good, if they'll be bad, if they'll be good. To Tony Abbott, you've been Prime Minister. When Prime Minister Tony Abbott was the one to solve, to make family together, to solve, to make family together, to move rules. Already you've been there in the Prime Minister Tony Abbott. This is the information they don't have, there was no looking information to going to change rules. Now it look if they'll be bad, if they'll be good. Another question. Michael Tembo already been ministers there. And they vote to change rules. Already now you've been ministers there. Now you to people they've been their vote, you've been there. And they win, they get 55 to change rules. People they don't want, they get for 45 not to change rules. Now, which inquiry you want first to want to sing when you change, they do mistake. And already you've been there, now you've been in parliament this time. And Michael Tembo, you was finished to want to change government. Now, which information you want to get now? And before, already you've been there to this government. Which mistake you looking another because of mistake, and before already they want to change government rules. Which mistake they want to cause. We need to know this mistake, not good, not bad, they bring, and already you've been into this government. When you think they have another mistake, why is this before you are the not show government this mistake, Tony Abbott, Michael Tembo? This is my question I ask you. Why I hear you think they have to take slow, first to think they not bring a mistake, they not cause a mistake. Now another government, na them they were talking with the first they looking to think how they can solve good way, not to cause a mistake. And already they want to change, they finish to get this all information. Now what you looking another information, there was not to another government, there was there they looking information. To me, I know you very well. You are not honest. When you are honest, you are not allowed talking, you looking another information. You for this information you have to another government. Already to going to decide to vote, meaning they were finished to get information. Everything to think they not cause the problem, they're not going to cause the mistake. Already everything you have. Meaning you lost to be honest. Honest, when you lost honest is not going to solve you problem, and they're not going to solve government problem, and they're not going to solve society problem. Another question I want to ask you. One day they ask you a question about freedom. Freedom, independent. You saying you go to international, how they decided to do, you come, you do. International, they never tell you what you have to do. This is my question. And already you're going there to international like 3 times, 4 times. Before this is a question, you're talking to a society this. To me, you are not allowed to talk in front of the society about freedom, independent. You want to go to international. Society, we vote you to have a responsibility to protect us for freedom and independence and human rights. Meaning when you say you wait international, meaning you don't understand your job. This is your responsibility, not international responsibility. Me, I can't believe, I'm not believing you will protect society in fire. I'm not believe you will protect family violence, killing women, killing children. I'm not believing you will protect society distress. And I'm not believe we will protect society raping. You are not going to protect society raping. Already you government, now you raping society. To want economic, to push women, to do them corruption in our body, and to use them sexy slave. How you're going to protect them? How you're going to blame society this? Already you leaders, now you abuse them. To me, society, you are not allowed to ask a prime minister to solve this problem. This is my example. When you have your mother, not your father, is a cheater, he show you how he cheated your father, not how he cheated your mother. Now in the future, when children will do mistake, you be cheater. your friend he come to blame you in front of your mother and father, he's going to solve you this to know to solve you to stop this cheat are you doing. To me, no. He's not going to blame you. He'll continue to give you another experience. Now, when you blame Prime Minister, government, raping, all violence, distress, sex harassment, you blame you against society, and you are not against the Prime Minister. Now him he have this, and him is a leader to protect society. This meaning you make drama. It's a drama you doing. It's a drama. Prime Minister he make drama. Now you make a drama. You make drama. Now him he make drama. This is my question in society. How you're going to solve problem raping to society? And you are not solve problem raping government, how he raping society to want economic to get economic to push women and to pin men. You know, coward, he can solve problem society, and he can solve problem government, and he can solve problem herself. You have to know this. Coward, he can solve any problem. Coward, time they can come, na him he be you finding with him is a criminal. Why? Even they ask him, you can find they ask someone they want to kill him and we have a mistake, and he be coward, he say yes, is a mistake. They come, they kill him. Now na him he finished to be coward. My look, ABC News, he have to move coward. And he have to move move to scale to talking to this government to give them all the information they get to another leaders to see they can solve problem society na them herself. Society, you are not going to solve violence, family violence, raping, distress, fire. You are a coward. You don't want to talk true. You don't want to protect society, to be honest. You don't want to show government, to be honest, them government and them to think they have a responsibility to protect this. You think someone he finished to robbery you, and another he robbery you. You think with this he finished to robbery you, he protect you, another not to robbery you. Now government they robbery you women you are right, and you men you are right. Now you thinking government they protect you, not to robber you, and already na them they robber you. You, when you are not solve your rights to solve sex harassment, sex trafficker, and sex contact, you are not going to solve all violence. First, you have to solve these three: sex violence, sex contact. You will solve raping. You will solve raping. When you are not solve sex slave, you are not going to solve raping. First, you have to stop government corruption body, to stop government sex slave, to stop government not to have shear to women pussy and to men penny. You will solve violence. When you will be quiet, coward, you don't want to talk to lose job, time will come you lose job. When you don't want to talk, you scared to you are a coward, you don't want to die, time will come you will die. Already you have your time when they come you will die. When you don't want to slow, you be a coward and you don't want to talk to be honest, meaning you have to know you are not solve problem, you are not protect yourself, and you are not protect government, and you are not protect society. Now, every news they receive my video, share with the government. And in ABs, share with your society, you doing them interview. You are not allowed to do again interview society about family violence, about raping, about sex slave, about freedom, independent. You did interview with all government, and you get all the information. Now this government, you have to report for them this. You did another government. To think with him government, he can understand. We have to change rules. Okay, I touch link Jiro Bishop. How he was talking with this new government. And now you ABs put comment like Jiro Bishop, how he talking with the government information, he listened the government, he left the government, this new government. Now we need like to give them information, like Jiro Bishop, he left them information.